So, let me go over a few things that are critical. I'm going to go over a few points with you. And I want to make sure that as you receive this information, that this is something that you listen to and you actually apply. I would love nothing more than to see all of you guys here make your dreams come true. My dreams have come true. I want more. I have bigger dreams, but my dreams have come true. I've paid the price, I've gotten into business, I've had my series of setbacks, I've had challenges, I've had issues, I've had teams quit, I've had challenges in every possible way. And I'm still up here, 19 years in the business, fired up, excited, bringing you hope and opportunity. That's what I owe you right now is I owe you hope, one, that you can do this, and then there's an opportunity. It's called the WFG business opportunity, which I believe, in my opinion, is the absolute best business opportunity out there. And then what I bring to you is an example of someone doing it. Not only just me, there's a series of people here that we bring you an example. We are making it happen every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year. I've been making this thing happen. I bring no excuses. All I want to do is give you a great example. I owe you a great example. And you, receiving this great example, it should be relatively easy for you to follow. Ed Milet, what he did for me is provided an example. I saw him work, I saw him prospect, I saw him make phone calls, I saw him do one-on-one interviews, I saw him do KTPs, I saw him generate meetings, I saw him prepare for events, I saw him reading books, I saw him listening to audios. He gave you an example. That's all we owe you here, is an example of success and someone doing it. You all with me?
Yeah.
Everybody give me a big yes.
Yeah.
All right. So we provide an example for you. Now, will you take that example? Will you do anything with it? One of the biggest examples that I learned from all the leaders that are successful in our business is the example of duplication. And I think oftentimes we sort of lose sight of what we're here for. We are here to duplicate ourselves. We are here to get one person to do exactly what the first person did, to get the third person to do exactly what the second person did, to get the fourth person to do exactly what the third person did, and we need to just continuously duplicate and duplicate. Kind of like if we're a factory and we're bringing out widgets, and these widgets all look the same, cost the same, do the same thing, have the same characteristics. What if you duplicated exactly what I did? You duplicated my work ethic. You duplicated my habits. You duplicated my ability to close. You duplicated my competitive nature, my intensity. What if you duplicated everything that I do? So duplication is the number one thing you've got to be looking at here. You look at convention. We were there and we saw Raja Dhaliwal. He's a good friend of mine. I've asked him to come speak to our team, and a couple months ago he was here. And if you notice, the content of his conversation is constantly about duplication. You've got to duplicate yourself. How many people on your team right now can do what you do? So if you make money, how many people on your team make money? How many people can do a one-on-one? How many people prospect? How many people can close across the kitchen table? And your ability to duplicate yourself in a leg 4 times is one of the biggest success here. So I'm going to do this right here. Corina, right there. Do you have someone on your team at this meeting right now? Is someone on your team here? No one on your team? I was trying to use you as an example. How many guys right here, Eric, do you have someone that you have a leg 4 deep?
4 deep.
Yeah, okay, so let's just go with that. All right, Anthony, come on up here. Let me give you an example of SMBs. Come on up here. Anthony McGowan, Eric Jamalita. Juancito's direct to you?
Yeah.
And Juancito, do you have an SMB underneath you?
Yeah.
Where is that? There we go. All right, here we go. Come on up. Just 4 of you guys right there. Let's put you as a leader. Listen up. Let's put you as a leader. Here you are. Can you take a leg 4 deep? I'm a leg 4 deep with SMDs. So I personally recruited Anthony McGowan. It took me a minute, but I recruited him. It took me a minute. He was stuck on his job mentality, and I kept telling him, finally he came to the meeting, finally we got it going, and then not too far after that, through Anthony McGowan, recruited a lady, got to SMD, gave up an exchange leg named Eric Jamalita, then he recruited someone that recruited Juancito, then he recruited someone that recruited, actually, Sophia recruited you, is that right? All right, so here we are, here's a leg. This is called duplication with SMDs. I recruited someone, that recruited someone, that recruited someone, that recruited someone, all 4 of them are SMDs. Can you do this in the base shop? So here you are, senior associate. Can you recruit your training associate? Teach this training associate to recruit the next person. Teach this person to recruit the next person. Teach that person to recruit. That's called a leg. We have got to focus on this right here. If you go recruit legs and you take them 4 deep, here's the deal. You know one thing we understand about this? Human nature is about, I don't want to lose. So, what if I took a leg 4 deep and then I get my buddy right here starts to get a little funny on me. Starts missing meetings, starts kind of giving me a little bit of negative attitude, and I have a serious conversation with him. So this is what you do, the way you retain people. So if you take people 4 deep, there's a high likelihood of you retaining them. So Anthony gets a little funny with me, and then we got 4 legs. I says, hey buddy, you know if you quit, all these 3 people roll up to Big Daddy. Did you know that? And guess what? These overrides and all of this money that you were supposed to make, you're not going to make because your attitude is not in place, you don't show up to meetings. So if Anthony quits, I understand, I lost someone, but I have a replacement. Are you all with me? The problem is with so many of you guys, you recruit one person and then that's all they have. Remember, a leg is not a leg until it's 4 deep. A recruit is not a recruit until they have a recruit. And then that recruit is not a recruit until they have a recruit. And then that recruit is not a recruit until they have a recruit. This is the name of the business. A leg that's 4 deep is alive. A leg that's 4 deep is somehow a different business. I'm not in the life insurance sales business anymore. I'm in the leadership development business. Which do you think pays more? Because here's the deal. I make money on Anthony's personal clients, and I make money on Eric's personal clients, and Juancito's personal clients, and Abigail's personal clients. So what would it be like for me just to make money on my own personal clients? Here I am writing my own app, so I make money just on mine, but then I don't make money on his, and his, and his, and his. This is building a business. You've got to get your mind wrapped around the idea that this is the business you're in. You're in the duplication business. A recruit is not a recruit until he or she has a recruit. And then guess what, Anthony, are you a client?
Yes, sir.
Are you a client, Eric?
Yes.
Are you a client?
Yep.
Are you a client?
Yes.
So then every time you recruit someone, they'll automatically convert themselves into a client. Abigail, is your family of clients? Is your family clients? Your family clients? How about your family? So then not only do you get them, you also get your mamas and daddies and brothers and sisters and nieces and nephews and cousins and the Theo. Are you all with me? Yes. You are screwing yourself by not looking at a recruit as a potential leg. You look at a recruit just as a recruit. I look at a recruit as a leg. This is a leg. And then if you just continue to practice that, the minute you get a direct recruit, the #1 goal is for you to get him a recruit and work with him. Anthony, who's your best friend? Who's your brother? Who's your sister? Who's the most excited person you know? Who's the most ambitious person you know? Let's go see them quickly. In the first 3 days, it is critical that I get Anthony a direct recruit. You recruit someone, in 3 days, you got to get a direct recruit underneath them, or else there's high likelihood of them dying. There's high likelihood of the people out there getting to them, speaking negative. It's one of those things. It's a pyramid. Guess what? None of them thinking it's a pyramid. None of them right here, they ain't thinking it's a pyramid. Anthony's not thinking it's a pyramid. And if it is, he's at the top of it. Are you all with me on that? So your mentality, the minute you recruit someone, boom, boom, boom. A recruit has got to get a recruit. That's what creates life. That's what retains. Some of us here are challenged with retention, that you recruit someone, they don't stick around. Well, guess what? You never focus on them getting a leg underneath them. That's why you see people that just hang around the business, that they don't have anyone, because there's not been that focus. I am guilty of that. I've also made that mistake. I've been app-driven. Like, I just need to go write apps. No. Apps write themselves without me being there. Eric wrote business last week. I wasn't there. All those annuities Anthony just closed, I wasn't there. All the other business, Abigail just went out to go see some family that has my last name, Haro. They're from Zacatecas too, and she closed them. I don't know them, but I still override them. Isn't that cool? Toda madre. This is freaking awesome. You need to put yourself in this position. This is the business, the base shop. And then it gets really good. What about when I say, okay, I got $1 million earner, that has $1 million earner, that has $1 million earner, that has $1 million earner. What about that life? This is the business we're in. On all of us here, the focus is get your recruit a recruit. Yep. And then get that recruit a recruit. You are in the duplication. So, here we go. So if Ed Milet was right here, Ed Milet recruited me, recruited, boom, 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 $100,000. By the way, all these people are here, $100,000 earners. Not only are all of them SMDs, but all of them also have a ring. That's a business. You, my friend, you need to be concerned about starting where it starts. It's in the base shop. Yeah. You start in the base shop, and you get to SMDs, And then you get to SMDs, and then ring-wearing SMDs. And then later on, it's going to be $500,000, and then $1 million, and then $3 million, and then $5 million. What's it like to have a team of people that are successful across the board? So, Abigail, you don't have an SMD. Here we go. So you're not an SMD until you have an SMD. Juancito's an SMD because he has an SMD, but you're not an SMD because you don't have one. So we need to get going with someone on your team, and you keep going. What about when this leg is 10 deep, 15 deep, 20 deep? All SMDs, all with a ring, all of them showing up to meetings. All of them are clients. All of them signed up, everybody in their family as clients. Now you have a business. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're about. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Give them a big round of applause. So, the name of the game is called Duplication. I want all of you guys here to be focused on that. When you leave this meeting today, listen up. When you leave this meeting today, I need you to be identifying your next 3 people. Right now. I want you to put on your note, your sheet of paper right now. Give me the next 3 people you're getting ready to recruit, and then I want you to take those 3 people and then quickly go put a direct recruit underneath them. And the next week you should be busy like no other. You should be quickly duplicating yourself. You should put a recruit underneath a recruit. And guess what? Attitudes are really good. When people are recruiting and people start showing up to meetings, all of a sudden attitudes are different. There's no place for any negativity. There's no place for people to feel that they can't win here if you are totally focused on duplication. I want to challenge you. Who can get a leg 4 deep by the next time we come to a Momentum Monday? Next Monday we're going to have Momentum Monday. Says this is a brand new leg, and in 1 month I took a leg 4 deep. How many of you guys are up for a challenge for that? Okay. All right. Well, that was a lot of people. All right. So what if we did that? Let me ask you. So we wouldn't fit here. See, if we did that, that means all of a sudden we have 75% more people than we have right now. We wouldn't be able to fit here. Your cash flow would explode. Your attitudes would be through the roof. But it's a focus. Let me switch to the second word. So the first word is duplication, right?
Yes.
Second word is focus. What do you focus on right now? Do you understand that what you're focused on is typically what happens? For most people out there, they focus on their problems, and somehow they manifest those problems. They get more of them. They learn how to manage them. They attract them. Whatever you focus on, what do you focus on? Well, you ought to be focused on duplication. What do you focus on? My focus is on growth. You wake up every day with the intention to grow your business. The purpose of you existing in WFG is to grow. There's nothing fun about being stagnant. You ought to continue to grow this business, and every single day your feet hit the floor, you ought to be thinking about growing this business. Man, I'm obsessed with growing my WFG distribution business. When people ask me, what do you do? I run a financial services distribution business. I run a financial services distribution business. A lot of people don't understand that. I say, yeah, you know, like Costco has distribution centers. They have different locations. I have locations with those people that sell financial products to middle America. We show people how to get out of debt. We show people how to secure their incomes. We show people how to put their kids through college. We protect families. Are you certain? Do you have your little 20-second response when someone asks you, what do you do? Are you pretty solid with that? Have you practiced it? Are you solid with your response? Are you convicted? Would someone go to you because of what you said? So it's super important that you focus on growth. This whole thing is about you growing. You came here to grow a team. Have you ever pictured yourself overriding a team of 100 people?
Yes.
Okay, well then it starts with you. If you've pictured it, that means it's in your mind. You've now got to go manifest it. You've got to go materialize it. You've got to go make it happen. You've got to put yourself in that position where you are getting one recruit, and it starts with one, and you put one underneath them. And then you go wide, and you get that one. And you go wide again, you get that one. Here's one thing we can tell. If you are 4 wide, listen closely. If you are 4 wide, and each of them are 4 deep, that's a 16-person team, that cannot be broken really easy. You have a business. I want you to really start to see yourself building a business. The transactions, the sales, the closes, the appointments will all come, but you've got to first be positioning people. Duplication. Can A recruit B? Can B recruit C? Can C recruit D? With the assistance of you. You, the leader, must help your people recruit. Back in the day, we used to get together, a couple of those Mexican guys, and we used to go gang recruit. Sounded kind of a little suspect, but it worked. and we build a big organization, and you go gang recruit. I want you to picture this. What if Anthony McGowan, Eric Gemolita, and Guillermo Haro got in my car, and we went out to go see some real estate mortgage guy, and we sat down and we started talking to him about the WFG business opportunity? Do you think us three, our energy, our intensity, our collective efforts would recruit this transaction real estate guy?
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't we do that? So Eric, you pick out 2 or 3 guys, Anthony and I will go with you. Anthony, you pick out 2 or 3 guys, we'll roll with you. I'll pick out 2 or 3 guys, you guys roll with me. Therefore, there's a collective effort. If we gang recruit, we got them. Because a lot of times we're trying to do it by ourselves. So it's like me trying to convince you. So it's like 1 against 1. Well, I don't know about this, but if we play basketball, 3 typically beats 1 no matter how good 1 is. Is that true? Because the ball travels faster than the human. Is that right? Yeah. So I want you to see yourself. Why don't you select your 2 or 3 running mates and says, hey, why don't we gang recruit? 3 of us go make an appointment and we drop in and pick someone off. Hey, we need 15 minutes with you, and 3 guys are sitting there recruiting 1 guy. What are your chances? Do you think your chances will increase in recruiting that 1 person when 3 intense, focused, all 3 guys are speaking the same language, all of them talk about big dreams, all of them have a why, all of them have a purpose? Would that happen? So stop being selfish. Oftentimes we're trying to compete. In addition to competing, we need to collaborate. What if we collectively unified our efforts and we did that? I mean, that's just a great idea. I want you to think, Jewish, me, you, and JR went to go recruit someone. Do you think we get them? Nick, me, you, and say Rapati went to go recruit someone. You think we get them? I mean, I want you to think about that. And by the way, I'm up for it. Now you just need to come pick me up because I'm not spending all my gas on that. So you come pick me up and then I'll be happy with that. And by the way, just, put a little coffee in the meal in there too. That might work too. But that would be a freaking awesome situation. Let me flip it around though. So I gave you 3 words here, right? Duplication, focus, and I want us to collectively be unifying to go recruit these people. We call it gang recruit. I want to open up to something I've never done before. I want to do overcoming objections. I want you to throw at me any freaking objection you've gotten, any situation that you felt was over your head, that you couldn't handle. Someone said this, give me the scenario. Let's take 15, 20 minutes. I'm going to address maybe 5, 6 of you guys. The rest of you listen. You can learn from this right here. And I would like for you guys to participate. Raise your hand. I'll call on you. And then I want you from the distance there to, with a big voice, tell me what objection you have. Is it one of those things? Is it a pyramid? I don't believe in this, but whatever challenges you've run into. And I think I've mastered how to overcome objections over the last 19 years. And let me help you. On all of you guys will more than likely learn from these objections. These are the same ones that most people out there get. There's basically, in my experience, there's 7 to 8 basic objections. I'm going to help you today, hopefully overcome every last one of them. You guys up for it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So number 1, who's right here? Mr. Robert Green, go ahead.
Mr. Haro, I don't have time for this business.
I understand. No, you're role-playing with me. Right, you understand?
Yes.
So, Robert, there's 168 hours a week. Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay. And you work how many of those?
40?
40. So 168, is it 168 by the way?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. So 168 minus 40 equals still a lot, right?
Hanging with my family, sleeping, watching TV.
Here's one thing I know, Robert, I completely understand that. Typically people don't have time, they make time. So if something that you want is out there, you need to put in the effort. We will help you, but you need to make the time. In order for you to be somewhat successful on WFG, you need to deposit maybe 10, 12, 15 hours a week, and this thing will go. But we've got to have an attitude that you're willing to cooperate, you're willing to put in the time, 10, 15 hours a week, or else it won't work. But you're right, no one has time, people make time. Let's cut out some TV time, let's cut out some social media time, cut out some wasting time of any kind, and then I want you to get into this business, get your license, we will help you. You got to meet us halfway, and if you do, we'll take you all the way. Deal?
Deal.
Okay, so we'll meet you halfway, and if you do, we'll take you all the way. That's in my new line to you. All right, you got that?
Got it.
So how did you overcome that objection? People don't have time, they make time. If it's important enough, they'll make time. Is that correct? Yes. All right, so people will give you that excuse. Like they're busy every hour of the day. No, they're not. They're busy doing what? And then sometimes I give my little sarcastic statements. It says, Robert, I once met a guy that says, I don't have time to get rich, I'm too busy being poor. So use that whenever it's appropriate, all right? Some people say that. By the way, some of you say that. I don't have time to get rich, I'm too busy being poor. That's someone connected to a job, struggling, they've gotten used to the struggle, and they just use that excuse that they don't have any time, which I think is a bunch of BS. So anyway, people don't have time to make time. So that's objection number one. That's a good one, right here. Give me another one. Yes, sir, right there. What's your name?
Jay.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Haro, I hear what you're saying. I need to pray about it and I'll get back to you.
Absolutely. Do you normally pray about all of your decisions?
Yes, sir.
Have you been praying?
Yes.
I'm here. Prayer answered. Prayer answered, brother. Have you been praying? Pray. Well, by the way, don't people do that? I need to pray about it. Okay. Have you been praying? Solution answered. By the way, I respect that the people want to do that, but that is a procrastination mechanism typically. Typically, people use that as a way to sort of put off making a decision. Because here's the deal. Human beings are sort of, or people in general, they're adverse to making decisions. Let me give you guys one other little saying here. I've been around really successful people lately. In the last 5 to 10 years of my life, I've been around really successful people. You know one thing about successful people? They are quick decision makers. It's all the broke ones, it's the poor ones, it's the mediocre ones, it's the middle class ones. I need to think about it, I need to sleep on it, I need to pray about it, I need to do this, I need to hold off, It's all those people who don't know how to pull the trigger. If you're in a gunfight and he says, I need to think about it, no, you pull the trigger. So you need to understand how to pull the trigger. Now somebody says, well, what if I pull the trigger and it's wrong? Well, you learn from it. It's okay to fail on your way to becoming successful. Do you know how many times I've made the wrong decision? It was a mistake, but I learned from it. And I didn't take it, I didn't own it as defeat. It says winners will take stepping stones to winning. There will be failures, there will be experiences. And by the way, I don't look at it as failure, to be honest with you. It's like, no, I just learned from it. Every time something has gone wrong, hopefully you've gotten something good from it. There's a lesson to be had by every mistake you make. Are y'all with me? Yes. All right, so that's a good one. Next one. Yes, ma'am, back there.
I'm with a job where I can get a steady income. I don't have time to wait. I don't have time to look for work.
Okay, well that's good. Do you have a steady job right now?
Yeah.
You do? Give me your name.
Melba.
Melba?
Yes, Melba.
Melba, continue to do your full-time job. This will be a part-time business. It's lucrative. You can start with 10, 15 hours a week. You get your license. We're going to provide training. You come to a couple of meetings. Eventually what will happen is this income will start to surpass your full-time income, and at that point you have a pretty good decision to make, whether you keep your full-time job and do this, or just simply come do this full-time. But yes, you can do this part-time. That's not a problem, is it?
It doesn't be a problem.
Of course not. So let's get started. You need your credit card. You need your driver's license and a great attitude. Do you have that? All right, let's roll. That's pretty cool. By the way, why don't you ask people to be the way you want them to be? I need you to be coachable. I need you to have a great attitude, and I need you to show up with your A game. Can you do that? I want you to bring your best pair of eyes and ears. When you come to my meetings, when you come to our events, bring your best pair of eyes and ears. Why don't you tell people exactly what's expected of them? Don't you go to a job and they tell you exactly what to bring? Yep. Like you've got a waiter job. Hey, bring a certain kind of shoes. You need to bring your apron, and you need to come, and you need to be courteous to our clients. Don't they tell you how to do things? Well, what's wrong with you, the leader, telling people how they need to be here? Bring your best pair of eyes and ears. Bring a great attitude. Show up with your A game. Expect to win. Be coachable. Pay attention. Take notes. Nothing wrong with that. That's called leadership. That's called guidance. That's what a teacher would tell the students. Many of us have our kids that just started school this week, and our teachers are telling the students exactly what to bring. Bring your backpack, you hang it up here, you go over here, you do your homework, you sign it over here. People are told what to do all the time. What's wrong with us telling our people how to win? Yes?
Yes.
Next one. Yes, sir.
Mr. Haro, I'm definitely interested, but I just feel like I need some more research before I
Absolutely, you understand. Let me ask you, give me your name, brother?
AJ.
AJ, do you normally research all of the decisions you make?
Yeah.
You do? The refrigerator you have, you did the research? Your car, those clothes you're wearing, did you see the twill count and all that? Let me save you some time. The research has already been done. Mine's greater than yours and mine have researched this left and right, and guess what? It's popping. The real question right now is, are you willing to do the work? Aside from the research you may need to do, and by the way, the research is in the doing, not necessarily in the learning. The research is in the doing. So why don't you get involved in the business? I want you to go on a few appointments. The appointments alone will give you the answers you're looking for. You with me? Do you have any big dreams and goals that you haven't accomplished yet? Okay, is what you're doing right now likely to make those big dreams and goals happen? Okay, so then what are your other options? Do you have any others? Okay, I'm showing you a solution. I'm showing you a way to get your dreams and goals. I think we ought to get started, don't you think? Perfect. So much for that research. And by the way, let me ask you all a question. Do people really go do the research? No. It's a procrastination mechanism. When people say they're going to do the research, by the way, some of you probably said that. I know a guy, came in here, basically, he was so hung up on he needed to do the research, and I asked him like 3-4 months after he joined us, I said, hey bro, let me ask you, just between you and I, did you really do the research? He's like, nah man, I just didn't want you to close me. You dumbass, I'm trying to make you rich, and you don't want me to make you rich. It's okay to close people for their own good. You know, someone closed me on my house. Someone closed me on my car. It's okay to be closed, provided it's good for you. When we try to recruit you into our business, it's good for you. It's $100 that you invest into a business that can make your dreams come true. What's bad with that? Everything's good about that. Anyway, let's go with a few more. Yes, no, right here. I'm sorry, you raised your hand. Yes, sir, go ahead.
So I used to work with Primerica, and I'm just not a salesperson.
You used to be in Primerica?
Yeah.
Okay, was there anything good about Primerica that you learned?
I'm just not a salesperson.
You're not a salesperson? Are you married?
Yeah.
You're not a salesperson, huh? So your wife convinced you instead of you convincing her?
Yeah, pretty much.
Really? That means you're pretty wealthy?
Well, I don't know.
And by the way, give me your name.
Dale.
Dale, I understand a lot of our people feel that they're not salespeople. And by the way, you won't need to be a salesperson. Here's the way we like to look at our business. We're primarily in the financial education business. Can you teach someone what you've learned so therefore they can help themselves?
Yeah,
That's,
I'm a teacher.
oh, well, if you're a teacher, then you're not a salesperson, you're a teacher. You're a school teacher, I'm a financial teacher. But the pay is really different. Do you want to be a financial teacher?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's remove the salesperson. You're not a salesperson?
Yeah.
Perfect, let's go with that. Yes, ma'am.
Is this an MLM?
I'm sorry?
It's an MLM?
M what?
Multi-level marketing company?
One more time?
An MLM. Is this an MLM?
MLM, what's that?
Multi-level marketing.
Multi-level marketing?
Yeah.
Not quite sure. No, stop. You're role playing with me. Not quite sure exactly what that. Describe to me an MLM, whatever you're talking about.
Is it like a multi-level marketing company?
Like such as?
I don't know, like Primerica.
Like, are you familiar with Primerica?
Yeah, sort of.
Were you involved with Primerica?
No.
Do you know anyone there?
No.
Do you have any reservations against it?
I don't know. I just kind of skeptical about those companies.
Skeptical about the MLM, the multi-level marketing?
Yes.
Your name is Christina?
Yes.
Christina, let me ask you a question. Do you know anything in life that's organized that's not multi-level? A couple of questions here. Like your family, is everybody the same age? Or do you have grandfather, dad, and you? So your family is multi-level. You all follow that, by the way?
Yeah.
Isn't everything in life that's organized multi-level? So here, if it's not multi-level, that means it would be uni-level. That means everything's the same. No, even communism, someone's running the communism. That's bullshit. Someone's dictating. Is that right? So, by the way, it's 2 or more, that means multi-level. 2 or more. So yes, is this multi-level? Yes, what isn't? Your real estate office, multi-level. Your mortgage office, multi-level. Your law firm, multi-level. Your doctor's office, multi-level. Your family, multi-level. The military, multi-level. Your football team, multi-level. Apple computers, multi-level. U.S. government, multi-level. What isn't multi-level? Remember, if it's not multi-level, it's uni-level. That means just one level. Show me something that's uni-level. The animal kingdom, multi-level. But you have one animal, they eat the other one, they eat the other one, they eat the other one. True? Yes. There's an answer for that. Okay, a couple more. Here we go. Yes, sir. Barnett.
I already have a financial advisor.
Great. When's the last time you met with him?
2 years ago.
You met with your financial advisor 2 years ago.
Yes.
Okay, are you reaching your goals and dreams?
Not that I know of. Something on the plan, but
Are you following that plan?
I am.
If you have a financial advisor, did he introduce you to a tax-free retirement?
No, I never heard of that.
So you have a financial advisor that has not introduced you to a tax-free retirement?
No.
Any of those three words kind of tickle your ear?
Tax-free.
Let's sit down so therefore we can show you how you can possibly replace your financial advisor with a tax-free retirement. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Perfect. Let's go. Isn't that interesting how people have their Merrill Lynch financial advisor? By the way, he's not a financial advisor. He just sold you a freaking mutual fund. Financial advisor reviews your debt, reviews your retirement, reviews your insurance, introduces you to strategies, puts you in a position where you can win, has a relationship with you, meets with you. You call him, he's there. And by the way, your financial advisor shouldn't be bouncing around from company to company to company. Oh, now he's trying to sell you on his new company after the fourth one he left? That's why I'm a financial advisor. When I call my clients, I say, hey, I'm with the same company with the same telephone number, my same office number for the last 19 years. So don't change your numbers. Don't try to change companies. Stick to what you know. Your clients will feel that they can trust what you're doing. If you're my client, you know where to find me. My cell phones don't change. My office number doesn't change. My name didn't change. I didn't go to another state. I'm here and I'm going to service you. You can find comfort in the fact that I'm going to be a guy that's going to be here for the long haul. Been here doing it for a long time. Do you have longevity? Can you sustain a high degree of practice in what you do? Barnett, I'm good?
Yeah.
Your financial advisor can't just say what I said, can he? Nor does he introduce you to a tax-free retirement.
Yep.
So that's the first thing you do. All right, we'll take two more and then we're done. All right, gentleman right there with no hair. Gotcha, brother.
Mr. Haro, is this a commission paid job?
Is it commission what?
Is this a commission paid?
Commission pay? Yes, a lot of it. You wouldn't be opposed to making a lot of commission, would you?
No.
Great. Hey, play some freaking offense. Here's some of the amateurs in it. Someone asks, is it commission? Like, well, kind of, sort of, maybe, some. You weenie. Looking him right in the face, and he says, this commission only? Your eyes ought to get big. Says, yes! You wouldn't be opposed to making a lot of money on commission, would you? What's he going to say? No, I'll only take money if it's salary, but if it's commission, I won't take it. What tonto would say that? Hey, everybody should be on commission. Because if you're on a salary, you're getting screwed. You need to be paid a lot more than what that salary number is. Everybody should be on commission. You do a lot, you make a lot. You do a little, you get paid a little. You do nothing, you get paid nothing. That's the way it should be. It should be a level playing field for everybody. Everybody in America should be on commission only. Therefore, everybody gets their ass to work.
Yes.
Everybody performs.
Hell yeah.
Your family depends on you being on commission. WFG, I lived on commission for the last nearly 20 years of my life, and I would never go back to a salary. Can you imagine a company telling me, well, the job position pays $79,483 a year? Imagine, I don't understand how people do that. Once you get disciplined enough, you get some skills, and you believe in yourself, you need to be on commission for the rest of your life. I'm on commission for the rest of my life. LeBron James on commission?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, he doesn't perform, they don't pay him that. You got to perform, dude. And by the way, the highest paid people are on commission. Always the highest paid people are on commission. Don't you ever be scared to say you live on commission. Somebody like your cousins or so that are educated, they got their jobs at Kaiser. Oh no, I'm a senior blah 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 at Kaiser. That's great. Let me ask you this. Is your guaranteed salary guaranteed?
Nope.
Or is there a word called layoff that can take that guarantee away from the word guarantee? See, I don't know about you, but I don't want nobody messing with my future.
That's right.
Don't mess with my future. Don't mess with my wife. Don't mess with my kids. Don't mess with my money. Don't mess with my money. And you need to feel the same way. Have no one dictate where your life is going other than you. You make total commitments to make sure you get everything that you deserve. Based on the work you put in, you deserve to get paid big money. Y'all with me?
Yes.
The expectation is yours, but you got to put in the effort. And yes, it's all commission. Tons of it. I don't know anybody that gets paid Tuesday and Friday at a salary job. Every Tuesday. It's like, oh yeah, we work at Boeing and we get paid every Tuesday and every Friday. No, that's not the way it works. They get paid every 14 days. We get paid every Tuesday and every Friday. I don't know anybody that can dispute that. And by the way, make some money so therefore you can recruit people by showing them your cash flow. I get my cell phone, turn around, and I see all the cycles. I said, look, July 6th, July 9th, July 12th, July 15th, July 8th. And they're looking at it right here. It's like, is this real? I said, no, dude, I just made it up to fool you. Dumbass. I'll take one more. That's right there. So the lady just picked right there. Is it? I can barely see that. Yeah, that's you. Oh, that's a guy with a tie. What's your name, brother? There's a lot of glare, so I can't see. One more time? Stephen, go ahead.
All right, I'm 7 years old. Back in the day, I decided to go.
Did he say he's 7 years old?
70.
Oh, you're 70. Okay, you're 70. Okay. Raise your voice a little bit. Come closer. Come closer. Well, that way I see you and there's no glare. So come close. All right, so go ahead. Continue.
I decided to set up a policy, but that company no longer exists and I lost all my money. I'm skeptical. I want to roll over my 401k, but I'm skeptical. How can I trust you?
Oh, that's a great question. And by the way, I'm so sorry. You said you're 70 years old. You signed up for a life insurance policy, and then the company that you bought it from is no longer around? Is this factual, or are you making it up?
It's happening, yeah.
Okay. I don't know of any life insurance companies that have disappeared. Do you have the name of the company you're doing business with?
I don't know the name.
Okay. So that's not. We don't want that notion out there. Let me put this on the set for a little bit. I want to educate you guys. Are you aware of any life insurance company that has disappeared?
No.
Okay, can you find any? Stay right there, brother. I'm not done with you. Stay right here. Stay right. I'm not done with you. Stay right there. So here's the thing. Life insurance companies, this is good information for all of you guys. Life insurance companies have what's called a solvency requirement. The U.S. government monitors the financial stability of a life insurance company. Before that life insurance company can issue out more policies, they need to have X number of dollars in reserve. Y'all with me? So for every dollar they put at risk, they have to have X number of dollars in reserve. So let's suppose a ratio, I'm not exactly sure that that's what it would be, but let's suppose it's 3-to-1. So if I'm a life insurance company and I put a policy on a client, I need to have $3 million over here in reserve. So based on that fact, I'm not aware of any life insurance company that all of a sudden busted and left town and left all the policyholders hanging. We don't know that that exists. So whenever someone says that, I want you to dig a little bit deeper. It says, okay, let me see your statements. What proof do you have of that? Because oftentimes people like to talk to see if they can rattle you. They want to know how you answer that question. And you need to know the merit of that question. By the way, that's sort of a test question to see if you know what you're talking about. So the word here is, I understand life insurance companies are not likely to go out of business. They have solvency requirements. What are they called? Solvency requirements. Solvency requirements means they'd have to have reserves. In order for them to put $1 at risk, they have to have 2, 3, 4, 5 in savings. So for that matter, if I put $1 at risk, that means I have to have $3 or $5 in savings. By that idea in itself means that I cannot go out of business. And if that I've known in the last 50 years, there's been a couple of companies that have gotten a little bit shaky with their practices. The government does their audits and determines that that company is no longer good enough to sustain that book of business. They are now forced to transfer that book of business to another company that's more solvent, that's bigger, that can create stability and safety for the clients. I have never in my career, and I've been doing this for a long time, I've never seen anyone not have a life insurance company back up the policy. So if that's the case, you need to go back to that client and says, okay, show me your statements, who are you making payments to? You need to dig deep a little bit. More than likely, that is a very inaccurate statement. You with me? Okay, what's the other question on top of that?
Why should I trust you?
Well, who brought me to you? So we're typically a field group. Who's your upline? Who's your SMD?
Ivan Ramirez.
Okay, so Ivan Ramirez. So let's suppose Ivan Ramirez led me to you. So what's your name?
Stephen Lafino.
Stephen. So Stephen, how well do you know Ivan?
Pretty well.
You know pretty well. Do you trust him?
Yes.
Do you trust in his judgment?
Yes.
Okay, so Ivan is in business with me. He's been in business with me several years. He's licensed, I'm licensed. He can attest that I'm a solid person, that we tell the truth, and that we're going to provide a product for you that is suitable to your current financial needs to improve your financial situation. Mr. Klein, if we can improve your financial situation, we have no business doing business with you. But if we can, then you need to take a serious look. Fair enough? Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Great, thank you. Not bad. All right, in closing, we could be here another hour and I could take a lot of your objections, but here's what I want to say to you. Believe in WFG. This thing is for real. WFG is an incredible company. It has an incredible future, and you need to make sure that you get your share based on the effort you put in. I love living on commission. I love Team Conquer, and I will see all of you guys at the top. Thank you.